Anuradha Verma is a garment factory worker without a job. The factory she worked in has shut its doors in a dispute with staff. Some were sacked, others left. They used to earn around $4 a day for an 8-hour shift. The minimum wage rate varies across the country, but garment workers are some of the most poorly paid.
They set targets, and targets were all that mattered. Our hands hurt because we could not leave the machine. We never got time for lunch or even the toilet. If we didn't meet the target, our job was under threat.
And the factory, which has closed since the dispute, still owes her nearly 2.5 years of back pay. For the past 2 weeks, over 500 workers from across the country have been giving testimony to a special tribunal.
The buyer should really pay more attention to the plight of the worker and how we survive. They are looking at the product and not bothered about the workers. If they put pressure on the factory owners, then we may get a result.
According to government figures, the textile industry is worth over $5 billion and employs as many as 35 million people. Exports are estimated to be worth nearly $3.3 billion. Al Jazeera made repeated requests for an on-camera interview with a number of factory owners, but they all declined. Some of the major international brands have released statements. Too often we see factories in India disregard the law or workers' rights, with resulting underpayment of wages, incorrect payments of overtime premiums, or off-the-book activities to deny workers their social benefits.
Not what we expected to see.
Those listening to the testimony are fully aware of the concerns.
What shocked us was the wide-scale impunity with which none of these laws were being implemented. The garment industry, in fact, is an industry within which these laws ought to be implemented. And therefore, the nature of the shock and the fact that this has to improve, both on the part of the state commissioners, the labour commissioners, as well as on the part of industry.
But for workers like Anuradha, the outlook doesn't look good. Factory owners are nervous about employing those in a dispute with the industry. Recent fires at garment factories in neighbouring Bangladesh that killed many have also raised the concern for people here about their places of work. But as the fight for pay and conditions continue, workers know that their actions may lead to factories like this closing down and denying them a salary. Sahil Rahman, Al Jazeera, Gurgaon, Haryana.